Hey, cutie. I'm so glad that you're here. I feel supremely blessed to be sitting here before you today. This our first day of Vlogmas. Huh? Can I get a hallelujah? First things first. A, I Papa freaks all the honeys. Or B, I'll eat your brains. I know you couldn't see it. Maybe you could see it there. Anytime I film, and only when I film, there is a singular gnat interrupting my vibe. So which one of y'all is a monitoring spirit? Because guess what I'm going to do? No weapon formed against me, no weapon shall prosper. Where have I been? That's what we're here to talk about today. I finished Thirsty Thursday Winter Edition in February, I believe. Didn't upload a damn thing until that video. Until that saga of a video in, I believe, August. So let's start there. We're going to start at that and then go all the way back to the beginning.
In the beginning.
So after we posted that video about the whole therapy situation, I underestimated the emotional toll it took to make that video. If you couldn't tell, I was giving it everything I got in the way of clear, concise communication to make sure that that video was easy to understand, but at the same time making sense of a nonsensical situation. I gave up the ghost. It took me a month to recover emotionally. I expected to feel happy. I felt relieved for sure. I felt proud, but there was a sense of sadness still. How was it sadness? Let me imagine the emotion wheel. Let me open up. Emotion wheel PDF. So the core, so it's sad. I'll put it up on screen. It's sad, but if you go all the way to the outer edge, it's feeling powerless because I didn't do what I wanted to do. I took the high road. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, let me use my skills and my talents and my communicado, you know what I'm saying, abilities. If you have superpowers of any kind, you know they can be used for evil. It's two sides of a coin. And I chose to use them for good. I could have used them for evil. And sometimes there's a powerlessness that comes with choosing not to be a villain. So yeah, I took a break after posting that video. Thank you so much for watching and commenting and sharing. Some of y'all have emailed me and I have seen the subject line and could not open it and respond. But I'm gonna get to that. I see you and I feel you and I love you down. Love you down. Yeah, I appreciate the attention that video got. That's what I wanted. I used my energy to make that video. So then I withered away. So after I was done withering away, damn near October, then I was like, okay, I want to come back to YouTube, regular YouTube. But at that point, I didn't have a system. I didn't have the systems in place to upload YouTube videos. I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about. In the middle of the year, I kind of started working with Baby Blow to revamp the channel, to revamp my mindset, to really think about what it is I want to do on the internet and how sometimes that's not the same as having the internet be my job. And that has been, this is probably gonna be a separate video, a separate topic, but that has been a journey. So then Soups, I love when people look at me and my situation and they're like, hey BB, you gotta get up. You gotta get up. And so Soups was like, but what if you did Vlogmas? Huh? What if that is the thing you did that gets you up to speed, that gets you back in the game? And I said, you know what? You're absolutely correct. Here I am making Vlogmas. So that's hiatus number 2. That's the mini hiatus that just happened. The initial hiatus, the hiatus that was 2025, to understand that, we're going to have to go all the way back to 2020.
In the beginning.
It was the winter of 2020. I had already been working for myself as a full-time content creator for 2 years. I was actually done. In January 2020, I said, you know what? This is gonna be the year I change it up. I experienced being a content creator, I experienced all these things, but I was just a little bit over it. I needed that human connection. And I was like, if that means I have to go sell candles at a local boutique to the white ladies in Westlake, like, oh yeah, it's Bagamo. It's Bagamo. I was ready to do that January of 2020. But what happened? In February, March, what happened? COVID-19. So I said, wow, now's not the time. And so what did I do? I uploaded videos. 2020 and 2021 were my highest earning years. And I was kind of on a trajectory. I was like, I don't want to do this. Like low key, I don't see myself being in this routine, in this pattern. But the pandemic kind of forced me to lock in and focus on what I had in front of me, which was social media, which was content creation. So I did that. 2020 goes by, whew, amen. 2021 goes by, whew, amen. We hit 2022 and two things are taking place at the exact same time. And this was my downfall. At the same time that I am burning out and becoming disinterested in brand deals, which are the main way that a lot of people make money online as a content creator, I should say. So as the money is going down, like the money coming in, the money going out is going up, because I had to take on financial responsibilities that I technically could not afford. So I'm working less and less. My interest in being a content creator full time is waning. I don't want to take on brand partnerships, and I'm feeling feelings about that, right? Because there's also that middle class aspect of like, this is my shot. For the 2022, I believe I was working with HBO Max before it was Max, and then HBO Max. And at one point, I did something that I had never done in my entire life, which was completely miss a deadline. And at that point, when that happened and I had to call Grace, some of y'all know Grace, to help me, I was like, oh, I'm in the process of breaking. So I'm going down in terms of funds coming in. The funds going out are going to people who need them. But that meant I really had $0, and not $0 in a, when you're a woman of a certain age, when people say they're broke, that means they're saving for a $20,000 down payment on a house. But I was like actually broke, $0. The method with which I could get more money, which would be making content, was not attractive. Like, I don't want to. And unless you've experienced that intensity of I don't want to, you're not going to get it. And it's okay. It's okay. I don't need to be understood. I just need to be heard. So that's taking place. I'm experiencing burnout, but I don't have a way out of that burnout because life keeps rolling. So that you can't really get a breath. You can't really take a beat for real. Because every 30 days, hey, you want to stay housed? Hey! And I do. So that's 2022. We go into 2023. Let's see what I was uploading. Oh my gosh, 2023 was Evelyn and Friends. Oh yes. Then I come back with the vlogs of me and Steve making Evelyn and Friends in that house. Remember we was in that house? Boom, boom, boom. Then I disappear again. And this is what I've learned. I am someone who, when I'm working on a project, I need to have another project in the distance. So that when I finish the project right here and there's a gap, this gap is called rest. But I can't rest for too long because then it's called languishing. Rolling in the deep. I need to then have a thing right here that will prompt me to end my season of rest. And in the absence of that, I sluggle. That's what I've learned. So that happened in 2023, disappeared. Then I went to Kenya. 2024, I'm uploading. I'm renewed. I'm doing Q&A. I'm doing decluttering. It's giving back to back. Then summer 2024 hits, Thirsty Thursday. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, then it's my birthday. Oh, and then I do my long videos and I realize the girls are loving the long videos. That's September 2024. Shortly thereafter, I do Winter Thirsty Thursday from winter 2024 to winter 2025. And then January 30th is my last video until September 15th. So that brings us kind of back to the present. After I finished Winter Thirsty Thursday, the emotion was stirring up again. Remember, I just said when I finish a project, I need to know the next one, and I didn't know what the next one was. So I'm starting to languish. I'm starting to roll in the deep. I'm like, new year, new me, what I want to do. And guess what creeps up in the back? What I was feeling literally 5 years ago in January 2020. And so I got a job. I got a part-time job in March of 2025. I got a part-time job off the internet. Editing Evelyn here. I know you're clapping for me. I know you were clapping. Thank you so much. I forgot to tell you about a whole other job. I worked another job from October 2023 to January 2025. So a little over a year. And it was quite physical. I ended up throwing out my back so viciously. And I don't know if it was connected to work because I actually threw out my back here at home. Well, not here. I'm in my childhood bedroom. And I threw out my back so viciously that it scared me. Like I was bedridden. Like I literally thought, it ain't no workman's comp. I just had to lay there and let my body heal itself. I quit that job because I was like, what if I throw out my back again, but this time at work? It's not possible. So that prompted me to find another job where I sit my ass down. Does that make sense? Go back to the video. Some of y'all have seen me. Austin internet cousins have seen me at my job. Always say hi unless I look really busy, in which case I'm incapable of multitasking. Yeah, I started that job in March. I vlogged that time period. Let's cut to a walk down memory lane. I have an interview in about an hour. I'm nervous and I've already pooped once. I'm not gonna poop again. I'm not gonna poop again. That would be bad. My booty hole is clenched. I can't even lie to you. This is a service industry gig, part-time. I'm moving towards the next phase of whatever the hell. I have to move towards the next phase. And I've already been doing that. I worked for the past year. I just resigned. I just quit. So I worked for the past year at one job. That moved me in the right direction. It was a good decision. And now I'm moving in the next evolution of that. And I'm just nervy because when's the last time I had to interview like a corporation for the job I recently quit after a year? It was still person to person. It was like a client or a customer. And this is just like a manager and a general manager. What are we overcoming? We're overcoming the fear of being locked down. You gotta get a schedule. I don't even have the job yet. Let me not. I don't know what I'm gonna wear on my top half. I'm gonna keep the sweats I got on. Hold on. They'll be like, so tell me about your experience. I can throw it back. I can throw it back. Do you need me to throw it back? Yeah, I haven't been a full-time content creator since about 2022. If you're like me and you're nosy, it's not nosiness, it's just being observant. Then you would kind of have already known that, as I haven't had a sponsored video probably since 2022. Yeah, you see the vision. Hi, my name's Evelyn. No, remember Life Size? I'm Eve. It's been a lot of ups and downs, mostly downs. The graph of life is just trending downward. And I'm trying to force that hoe back up. Looking like an egg, ay, looking like an egg, ay. This is me before the interview. Bye. I got the job. Thank you for taking the time to interview with me today. We'd like to offer you a position. If you accept, please let me know. I'm gonna get you onboarded and on the schedule. Anytime I uploaded, I never really referenced my job. The fact that I was going to work. If you follow me on TikTok, then yeah, like you would, anytime, if you go on my TikTok, anytime I'm wearing a bandana, looking like a bean, I was going to work that day. But yeah, I never really talked about it on here, mostly because what's the reason? Like, what is the reason for that? Let me know if you feel the same way. Like, sometimes I can't have crossover. I have to keep things in their lane, in their box. I have to keep my ducks in a row. If this duck is over here and this duck is over here, sometimes it do like this. But here I am. You know the gist. You know by now what we're doing here. We're ascending. I knew I wanted to commemorate this. I didn't know when I was gonna put in a video, so I guess this is when I'm putting in a video. But yeah, I've been working there since March. I love it. Like, I legitimately love it. It makes me so proud to know that 2020 Evelyn was correct. Liking this job, really enjoying this job. It's 2:30 p.m. right now. My shift starts at 4:30, so I enjoy it. I'm so proud of 2020 Evelyn for knowing that that's what I needed. I just needed something to anchor my days, to anchor my weeks, because since I started that job, it took some getting used to, right? Tears were shed because even though it's what I wanted, sometimes it is a loss of freedom, and you do have to like grieve that and be like, oh, I have to follow rules. I have to be somewhere at a certain time. Fish out of water, very much like, it felt like going back to school. Like first day of school jitters, learning on the job, learning in public, getting reprimanded, like all these things that are like regular parts of a job just don't take place when you work for yourself as a content creator. So it was an adjustment period, but your girl adjusted. And now I'm in a place where I'm ready again. I'm ready to give this another crack. I'm ready to take another crack at it because there's something here. Right? Like there's something here between us. It's just about learning the lessons, like what lesson needs to be learned and go ahead and learn that. Making decisions. One thing about me, I do not be making a decision. So it's about making the decision quickly, so that you can move on to the next decision. Decisions beget decisions. And then it's also about not needing something to be perfect. Continuing to try. Ew. Don't be afraid to be seen trying and all that. Good news, in the spring I applied for a grant and I got it. So I will also be producing a web series for PBS, Austin PBS. That's something else that I'm working on in addition to YouTube videos and understanding what that is. What is that? Making money from it. We'll have another discussion about aging on the internet and how that is like a Jeremy Bear me. For right now, I feel like that explains kind of where I've been. That's where I've been. I was out living my life, for better or worse. I was living my life. I admire people who put their entire life on video, but at the same time, I know it could never be me. So sometimes I think to myself, oh, I could have just put this in a vlog. And then I'm like, but then it would be in a vlog, you know? I'm just re-understanding my relationship to the internet, re-understanding my relationship to sharing information, to making money, to advertising, and we'll talk about the influencer of it all later. I've been out living my life, which I think, especially if you are a writer, a filmmaker, a creative of any kind, it's so important to actually go live your life. You have to go live your life, because what else are you going to write about? No, it's a question. What are you going to write about? What are you going to make a movie about? What are you going to write a song about, if not your life? You can't write a song about being in the studio all day. And so whenever I take these hiatuses, whenever I be gone, I really be trying to tune into my inner Frank Ocean. I'm not saying I'm the Frank Ocean of YouTube, but I'm not saying that I'm the Frank Ocean of YouTube. In the comments below, in the parasocial of it all, because I watch people online and they be disappearing. But do y'all notice? Do y'all care? Not in a, you don't have to glaze me, as the kids say. But like, what's your relationship to the concept of your social media entertainment being inconsistent? You know when Abbott Elementary just be going on hiatus and it's kind of like, damn, God damn. Does it feel that way with internet people? Let me know. Also, in the comments, tell me how you've been. It's been such a long time. That has been Vlogmas Day 1. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Hell yeah.
Bye.